Hello everybody, it's me, it's PokemonTripHD. Welcome back to some more Gala Ellisanne content. In today's video, we're going to be going over Gala Ellisanne. Now, I do want to say there might be some background noise. That's because there's a little bit of rain going on right now. And yeah, rain in California. I know what the heck is happening. What's happening to life? But yeah, so there's going to be a little bit of rain in the background. So I do apologize if that noise gets picked up by the microphone. It shouldn't because it's not very loud, but just in case it does, I do just want to mention that. Also, the video earlier today, I apologize about that. I was being held hostage for some cookies. Some magical cookies. Okay, anyways, let's get to Ellisanne. So Gala Ellisanne, the Gala Dragalia banner will begin on the 27th of November, last until the 1st of December. Of course, it's going to be about 4 days normal average time for a Gala Dragalia banner. This should be up during the Mega Man events. Mega Man event should be up around the same exact time this banner's up. So I believe it starts tomorrow. Tomorrow. So that's tomorrow. And so yeah, there's going to be some time going up. I believe after this Gala Dragalia banner, we should be getting a Dragon Special. Usually the Dragon Special is before the Gala Dragalia banner, but this time I think it's going to be after. So that's the next banner we can expect. They might throw us a curveball, give us something different. Who knows? But that's what I'm expecting. Gala Ellisanne's finally here, though. This was very obvious. Everyone is actually expecting Gala Ellisanne. I personally thought Gala Ellisanne would come next, not this Gala Dragalia banner. I thought it would be the next one, mainly because I figured they would want to link her into the story. Maybe she saves Yuden from the spoilers. I don't want to spoil it because Chapter 10, I don't know if you played through it or not, but you know, from the bad guys who are going to be in Chapter 10, maybe she saves her, saves Yuden or something, and then boom, Paladin, Great Paladin or whatever. Grand Paladin, sorry, but I don't know. I guess not. I guess I just wanted to throw it out there, like, give us your money. So I don't know. Gala Dragalia is here, and Gala Ellisanne's here. She's a water axe. I'm gonna kind of be descriptive in my analysis of her because I'm actually very, very disappointed that they released Gala Ellisanne as a water axe, mainly because we already have really good water axes. We have Karina and we have Summer Julieta, among others, but those are the main two, I would say. And Gala Ellisanne completely power creeps Summer Julieta. Karina is still viable with Gala Ellisanne because Karina's skill 1 stacks based off. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, I'm very disappointed this is a water axe. The power creep, I feel like the power creep in DL is just going insanely bonkers. The past, I don't know, 6 months or something, the power creep has been ridiculous. And you know, I do just want to mention on the video that I am actually really disappointed in the direction DL is headed in terms of power creep. You know, I'm okay with power creep, just not linear power creep like this, where one unit is better than the other unit. Like, they're both 5 stars. One unit is better without a doubt in like every single possible scenario, without a doubt, which is what Gala Ellisanne is, Summer Julieta. But anyways, I'll talk about that in a second. Like I said, also, should you summon, a couple things before I do say whether you should summon or not. Of course, this is a Gala Dragalia, so if obviously I think you should summon since it's a Gala Dragalia banner. We also do get 4 free 10-fold summons every single day of this Gala Dragalia banner, so you could just use those, and if you don't get her, oh well, you know, water under the bridge. But you do get some free summons, so don't stress too much if you don't pull her day 1 or whatnot. You do get 3 more 10-fold summons on the next couple days. And again, this is Gala Dragalia banner. The rates are up to 6%. Right here it says rates are up to 6% from the original 4%. So obviously you're going to get more 5 stars out of your Wormite. So I would, of course, like I said, Gala Dragalia, I can never advise you not to summon on a Gala Dragalia. No matter how bad the Gala adventure is, Gala Dragalia will always be the best place to spend your Wormite. Now, of course, we do have a lot of limited banners coming up, such as, you know, this Gala and all future Galas that will to come. Again, Gala Ellisanne will be in all future Galas to come. This isn't the only Gala where you have to summon her. She will be in every other Gala for the rest of the game. Of course, her appearance rate will be low, but she will be available to be summoned. There's also going to be, you know, we have New Year's and Christmas coming up at the end of next month, which is, you know, crazy. Like, those are both, they should both be limited. Then after that, we have Valentine's, which is, again, another limited one. Of course, we do have Gala in between those. And of course, if there's any like normal banner release where you like the character, maybe 4 is released on a normal banner like next month or something, that's going to take a lot of Wormite for me personally, so maybe I don't want to summon on the Gala Dragalia banner. You know, there's a lot of things you should keep in mind, whether you do, you know, before you summon or something. Also, like I said, a good thing to do, good idea to do, wait until the last day to do your summons. Get all your free 10-folds out the way. If anything, that's going to increase your pity rate for you to get a 5-star on maybe the first 10-fold, rather than wasting, you know, 3 10-folds to get a 5-star or something, you know, on day 1. So that is a really smart idea to wait till the last day. Am I going to wait till the last day? I don't know. Am I even going to summon myself? Again, myself, I don't know if I will summon. I'll talk about that more in a second, though. Now let's actually discuss Gala Ellisanne in specific. So Gala Ellisanne, she's an attacking unit, strength of 516. Again, strength is the most important thing. HP doesn't really matter. Strength, I believe, is tied with Summer Julieta, which is, it's very high strength count. Also, I kind of want to read these adventure details. The Grand Paladin serves as a model and leader to all other paladins, and Ellisanne finds herself the youngest ever to be appointed to the position. Clad in white armor, blessed over several months, Ellisanne decisively faces the goddess's foes. So that's actually, I actually really like that description. I have surpassed the station of a mere paladin. I am now the Grand Paladin. I don't know how I feel about that one, but grand units are here, poggers from GBF. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, Gala Ellisanne, her design looks I love her design. Her design looks beautiful. Obviously, I think, Gala Cleo's design is better, but Ellisanne, she's, one of the next best waifus. My top 3 waifus, Mim, Cleo, and Ellisanne that are in the game. Obviously Fort's not in the game, but, Ellie's definitely up there. So I love Ellie. However, she really looks pretty much like, it's just Ellie, just in a nice thing. And we already have OG Ellie, who's also, the only reason I specifically pulled for Gala Cleo is because, normal Cleo is pretty trash, but Gala Cleo is amazing. But if normal Cleo was as good as, almost as good as Gala Cleo, I would obviously probably not pull for Gala Cleo. And this is a situation that Ellisanne has. Her normal alts, the normal story Ellisanne is so good. It is so strong that if you have that, you don't really need Gala Ellisanne, because of course Gala Ellisanne will be better. However, normal Ellisanne is already amazing, and you can't use them both on the same team, for Mercurial Gauntlet, and specifically, that's probably the main thing. You cannot use them both on the same team for Mercurial Gauntlet. Of course, co-op you can. Yeah, let's Gala Ellisanne. Let's just go ahead and talk about Gala Ellisanne's kit. Her kit, Holy Accord, increases the strength of water-attuned adventures in the team by 30% for 15 seconds. So this power creeps normal Ellisanne's skill 1. I believe her skill 1 was, I think 20% for 15 seconds, and that was already very strong. Of course, that was for all adventures. This is only for water adventures. However, this is 10% higher than normal Ellie's skill. So this is going to be amazing for your water teams. For Mercurial Gauntlet 51 plus, this will be amazing. She will be a godsend. Of course, I didn't mention, actually, no, we'll talk about it soon. But yeah, so 30% for 50 seconds is very strong. However, she does not have a buff time ability. Spoilers, no buff time ability on Gala Elly. So she does miss out on the extra 3 seconds that normal Ellie gets from her buff time ability. So even if you use a Prince with buff time, you're still gonna be losing a couple seconds compared to the normal Ellie's buff time. Of course, I don't think that really matters unless your teammate would be able to get off a skill in that 3-second time frame or something, because this buff is just so strong. 30% is 10% higher than 20%, which is what normal Ellie's skill is. So this is definitely going to be better. If this SP cost is, low, it has to be under 4,000. And I believe, judging from the video, it is under 4,000. Judging by the calculation from the video, you should charge it in 2 full 5-chain combos. And so if that is possible, this is going to be an amazing skill. Of course, in comparison to other skills, like I said, normal Ellie's skill is 20% for 15 seconds. Emma's and Noelle's, I believe, are 25% for 15 seconds. So this is strong. This is, I believe, the strongest buffing thing in the game, even stronger than Gala Cleo's 4-strike zone buff, off of her skill 1 into her ability. That 4-strike zone is 25%. So this is stronger than that. Of course, this is only for water-attuned adventures though, so she will not be a Mercurial Gauntlet off-element character because she only buffs water-attuned adventures. This is going to be where the majority of her DPS will come from. So like I said, I don't expect her to be used off-element Mercurial Gauntlet. Next up, let's look at this Yu-Gi-Oh text we have over here. What is this? Celestial Sense deals water damage to enemies directly ahead, increases users' energy level by 3 stages, increases team's flame resist by 25% for 30 seconds. 30 seconds is a long time. 25%. Grants all teammates a 1-use shield that nullifies damage less than 20% of the user's maximum HP. Doesn't stack, and the skill gauge for this skill can be filled by attacking enemies. Will also gradually fill automatically during Divine Revelation. Now, this is actually pretty important, and it's only going to fill the SP during Divine Revelation. When the user is not under the effects of Divine Revelation, attacking enemies will still fill the gauge, but it will decrease automatically over time unless the gauge is already completely filled. And then, of course, it talks about what energized means. So this is actually very important. I think this skill is going to be very underwhelming. I think the only way you're going to get your full use out of this skill is through Chocolatiers. This is kind of just an additional effect on top of her buff, her original buff, from her skill 1, because this skill gauge will only fill if you have Divine Revelation active. Now let's go ahead and talk about her abilities. I feel like we should talk about the abilities before we actually discuss her. First up, of course, code ability defense plus 15%. Standard for Axis. She does not have that Data Man code ability, which I'm assuming is going to be Mega Man. But yeah, we'll talk about once Mega Man is out, I guess. Ellisanne, so Divine Revelation is Divine Oath 2, her first ability. Ellisanne will gain the Divine Revelation effect for 13 seconds if any of the following occur. Her 4-strike connects, she uses a skill, or she executes a 10-hit combo. This effect cannot stack, and when it is active, Ellisanne will be immune to knockback. So this is... it's pretty important. I feel like I said, these are very easy conditions to get Divine Oath off. You know, just a 10-hit combo, using your 4-strike, or using your skill. You know, these are things you do during the course of a match anyways, and this is going to grant Divine Revelation, which will fill her skill 2. However, judging from the calculations from the video, her skill 2 takes about 40 seconds, you know, I would say 30 to 40 seconds to fill. So you're gonna need what, 3 Divine Revelations to fill? Let's just say, you know, 2 to 3 Divine Revelations with all the SP gain you're gonna gain just for normally attacking to fill it up. And so it's kind of meh, you know. I don't know. Let me talk about the other stuff first. Heaven Shield 2 reduces susceptibility to burning and stun by 100%, and Prime Strength plus 10% increases the strength of the adventure you are currently controlling by 10% for 10 seconds every time their initial skill is displayed on top of the skill. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Prime Strength is exactly what Summer Julieta has, so she matches her there. You know, Heaven Shield 2 is stun res just like Julieta, but also burn res. So she power creeps Julieta in that regard. You know, burn res in Master HBH or in any HBH, Hybrid Hilda in general is very, very, you know, it's very much, it's not necessary, but it's very helpful to have it. It makes Thanos' job much, much easier. Again, Thanos already has a lot of pressure on him for the heals. I wouldn't say a lot of pressure for the heals, but, you know, especially now that Holly Marinimus is around. But, you know, there's pressure on Thanos to dive, to bait the dives, to heal in time, to get the shield buffs up, etc. So this takes off a little bit of stress on Nathaniel, so he doesn't need to heal the burns as well. Now, so going, you know, including these abilities, mainly Divine Oath, into her skill 2. Her skill 2, like I said, it's gonna cost, or it's gonna take around 30 to 40 seconds to fill. Just from my approximations, you know, that might not be accurate. We'll have to see when she's actually released, but it's gonna take around that long to fill, and that's, you know, that's not too great. Now, of course, she's not going to rely on this skill much. You're only going to get it off, I don't know, less than 5 times in the course of a match, maybe 5 times, you know, over the course of a match. So you're going to get that energized thing off, you know, 2 or 3 times. I would now say two times, two energized things off. And again, once you get it energized, you have to use it twice, and then your third one is going to be energized. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but like, I don't know, it feels very underwhelming, if that makes sense. You would need Chocolate Tears to get it off right away, so you don't need to wait, you know, that 40 seconds. It will help for Hybrid Hilda. That 25% flame resistance is actually very nice. That makes it so that Thanos doesn't need to run Chocolate Tears, but at the same time, you know, Thanos doesn't really need any other prints. But you could run, you know, Chocolate Tears on Gala Elly and then a buff time print, and then your Thanos could also run Chocolate Tears, and that would make it so that your DPS can for sure run 2 DPS prints. You know, sometimes you need to run Crystalline Envoy or something, but you could for sure run 2 DPS prints. And if you're doing that, that will also allow your Lily, if you're using a Lily on the team or any range unit, to run 2 DPS prints as well, which will high your DPS. And of course, Gala Elly is already going to be really good with DPS because of her skill 1. But overall, I think the skill 2 is going to be pretty underwhelming. Like I said, the main thing is that flame resistance if you run Chocolate Tears. Her skill 1 looks amazing. Overall, I think she's going to be amazing. Like, there's no doubt she's going to be amazing, but I'm just sad she's a water axe. I was really expecting like a water blade or a water healer from Elly, from Gala Elly, but she's a water axe. Like I said, we have Karina, who's already very strong, and Summer Julie, but they're both stun res. And Summer Julie just looks to be completely power crept. You know, Summer Julie's skill 2 only applies to nearby allies, and it buffs by like what, 15%. And then Gala Elly's skill 1 buffs all allies that are water by 30%. It doesn't matter how close you are. So Summer Julieta is just completely power crept, and it kind of makes me sad, to be honest. It makes me sad. I don't like how they're power creeping like this. Also, I just zoomed in a little bit. I think I'm still zoomed in. I don't know. Okay, anyways, it kind of makes me sad, like I said. Obviously, she's going to be an amazing adventure. You should summon for her. Her most optimal prints will probably be, like I said, a buff time print and probably Chocolate Tears. She kind of has that Gala Uden effect, but Gala Uden skill 2 is much worse. Obviously, it takes a whole minute to fill. But like I said, she has that Gala Uden effect, so Chocolate Tears is going to help. It's going to help you guys survive the HP checks from HBH. and that's probably where she's really going to shine the most. Now, of course, after you use your skill 2, it should charge it should activate Divine Revelation, and it should charge automatically up. So you really only need to get it off one time after that, maybe 2 times. Depends how long the SP gain is, when it automatically fills, really. Or what you're doing while it automatically fills, etc. Another thing to note is that axes actually have a really good AI in Mercurial Gauntlet, so she's definitely going to be a great Mercurial Gauntlet character, but of course you can't use her and OG Elly on the same team, which is kind of meh. Also, OG Elly will definitely be used off element until you get to level 50. After level 50, it's kind of hard to use off element, so that is something to keep in mind. But yeah, so you could use Gala Elly on your AI, and then you can control like a blade or something, and it's going to be much better, a blade or maybe a sword. Swords also have pretty meh AI. So yeah, overall, like I said, that's really all I have to say about Gala Elly. She's going to be amazing without a doubt in my mind. She will be amazing. I'm kind of curious, are you going to summon? Because myself, I don't know if I'm going to summon. I do like Gala Elly a lot, but I have Summer Julieta, and I really like Summer Julieta. And I just don't think I'm going to, if I pull Gala Elly, would I use her? I don't know. Axes are okay. I kind of don't like using axes. They're one of my least favorite weapons, I would say. I liked axes at the beginning, but over time, I just kind of don't like them as much. I really like lances, blades, wands. I like other weapons better than axes, so I don't know. I don't know how I feel about her. I do think she's going to be amazing. I just keep repeating myself at this point. Again, let me know your thoughts. Are you going to summon? How good do you think she's going to be? I think she will for sure be used on the most optimal team composition for Master Hybrid Hilda. Probably Expert Hybrid Hilda as well. Just Hybrid Hilda in general. She's probably going to be used for that all the time. But like I said, I don't think she's going to, she's not going to be a new Fiorm strategy for that or anything. So you don't need to summon for her. You probably won't be held back. This is just my thoughts. I don't think you're going to need her to do some crazy Hybrid Hilda strategy or anything. Maybe there is when she's actually released. Also, I forgot to mention the modifier on her skill 2 is calculated to be around 1100%, around that area. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you're going to summon or not. If you're not, what are you saving for, etc. We do get those free 10-folds. Yeah, that's everything I have to say. Have just a great day, and until next time, have a nice trip.